Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching Reminiscence, starring Hugh Jackman and directed by Lisa Joy, the same woman who gave us the Westworld series that ran for 3 seasons. And I do actually appreciate that this film tries something new for HBO Max by attempting to mix some film noir with a science fiction story concept, but unfortunately the story that it tells just isn't that particularly interesting, and I do think that Lisa Joy maybe should stick to TV when it comes to her directing chops. Let's get to the story, shall we? The story centers around a man named Nick, played by Hugh Jackman, who is a private investigator of the mind. He basically has this machine that can access a person's memories, so he can find things about his clients, and either so they can either live in their nostalgic memories, or so he can find out things to solve his cases. So when Nick meets this woman named May, played by Rebecca Ferguson, he falls in love with her and becomes obsessed with her. So when she ends up disappearing, he ends up being involved in a vast conspiracy where he has to not only find out where May went, but also find out how all these other people in his life are connected in a Miami that seems flooded by the day. But that's all I'll say about the story. The story here does initially have a pretty interesting hook with the idea of a machine that can have you access your memories and that being helped to solve cases in the future. But I do think that this film doesn't exactly take advantage of it as much as it could have. While it does have some neat visuals when it goes into those memory sequences, it feels like they are really bare bones when it comes down to it. And even some of the ways the story goes forward doesn't make a whole lot of sense, especially considering the most important job for any noir film, especially one that deals with a private investigator, is how said investigator solves the mystery. And that doesn't help when the mystery is not very interesting and one that the audience can probably figure out before Jackman does. Though to be fair, the visuals are quite good, especially for a budget that's only $68 million. And Jackman does a really good job with what he's given, it's just the script isn't the strongest. Plus, his relationship with Rebecca Ferguson's character May is, not bad, just feels like it could have been developed more. Especially in a film that's an hour and 15 minutes long. And even though it's more of an action thriller that's more of a slow burn, it does have a few extended action scenes that are actually quite good. I can easily see these being the highlight of the film, considering it's where the film's visuals and more dramatic moments come into full force. But overall, Reminiscence really just feels like a film that wasn't thought out completely. It feels like a film that could have made for a few interesting episodes of Westworld that ultimately got put into a hour and 50-minute long film and just happened to get Hugh Jackman, Rebecca Ferguson, and a few other talented actors to get involved in a story that does feel a little that does feel a little unoriginal and just makes you think of better films in the genre. Considering there are several other science fiction films that have noir elements that I think work better than this, and you'll probably wish you're just watching those in comparison to this. Not saying it's bad, but I do think Lisa Joy isn't ready for the big time just yet. That's why I'm going to give this film a 6 out of 10. See you next time.